So, Robbie, welcome to Sportivos Radio. The most common question I get is what age should the kids start playing football?
So obviously we start our classes from 18 months old, so obviously then's a great time to start. But if they're a bit older than that, get them down to class as soon as possible. As you always say, yesterday is the best time to start playing football. So
Yesterday, I think it's an old Chinese proverb, when was the best time to plant a tree?
yeah,
And it's always yesterday, isn't it? Um, 18 months, they must be too small. They're not all really shy, and because that's
oh,
question number two, my kid's
yeah.
too shy to play football.
Well, each child's obviously, as you know, very different. Like we always get, I always say to parents, I used to have a boy at Kendall, and he walked in. He would have been much older than 18 months, and he was the shyest kid I've ever seen in my life. Within 10 minutes, and he was just running and running and running, and he was loving it, having the time of his life. So,
So,
but I,
what did you
sorry.
do to stop him being shy?
Well, I do like a range of things, like, and again, it's sort of uncovering what is causing the child to be shy, which obviously is sometimes it's fairly easy, sometimes it's a bit more in depth. But if they're scoring goals, I'll move the goals close to them so they don't have to go into the main part of the hall. So the goals right there, it's accessible with them, and then obviously parents can do it with them. What about you?
So
What's your tips?
I do similar things. It's all small kind of milestones, small little things you can get them to do. So if you could
Yeah.
just get one foot into the hall or onto the pitch, you've got a reason to give them a high five, don't you? And a
Well,
Robbie
that's what I was going to say. Yeah. Getting the first half high fives the challenge. Then once you've got that, you're away.
you're away. But then that can be the hardest thing because
Well, yeah.
obviously you're being a stranger and an adult and
Yeah.
someone big and tall and intimidating. They tend to hide away behind their parents, don't they? So
It's like I said to parents at class, like, obviously I'm new, the whole's new, there's 15, 20 other children there with parents who are also new. It would take me time, if I went to a new environment, it'd take me time to adjust. So, and I'm not 18 months old, so
yeah, it's a lot, isn't it?
yeah,
And I think for me as well, it's setting expectations so the parent doesn't expect too much because sometimes they think that their kid will just bounce in, and when they don't bounce in, there's something wrong and there's a problem. When actually, it is just what you've said. It's overwhelm of the hall, the people that are
yeah.
there. It's everything, isn't it, all together?
Yeah. And I see that. So obviously we do classes all the way up to like 8 years old. I see that all the way through. You get 6-year-olds coming through as shy, and it's just getting that initial spark, and then once they're comfortable, then they can sort of flourish and go. So
Yeah, it's always better if they come with a friend, but sometimes kids don't have a friend in the class. So
yeah,
um, I do always try and get that straight away. Is the friend us as coaches? Is the friend another child that's going to be there, or is a
yeah,
friend like a wee? I have toys in my bag, like I have cars and things for the little
yeah,
ones, and sometimes that's the friend they need, just a wee something to
yeah,
hold, a wee take the edge off.
yeah. Well, I know I always try. Like I say, if they don't have friends there, with each child, I'll always try and have one thing that I know they like to sort of build a conversation around. So every week they sort of recognize me. We talk about whatever, whatever they're into, and then we sort of build from there. And then once you get that, like I said, that initial snap each week, then you can start building up and up and up.
Hmm. You're not saying that the 18 months, the 2-year-olds are more shy than the 8-year-olds, and you think it's the same mostly?
I actually think, as a general rule, they might get a little bit. Well, obviously, because they get more conscious as they get a little bit more older. Obviously, then they sort of become more aware. Or there's more people there I don't know. I actually think 18-month-year-olds, once they get month-year-olds, yeah, like I said, once an 18-month-old gets going, there's usually not much stopping them.
Hmm.
And obviously that's different week from week, but it can be a bit more with an older, like 4-year-old, 5-year-old, 6-year-old, where they can be a bit more, take us a bit more to get going. So that's
Hmm.
from my personal experience, but I don't know what it's like for you. But
Well, yeah, it goes back to the thing we've said. When's the best time to start? Yesterday, because the longer you wait, just because they're bigger and older, the running around might be a bit easier. When their feet are might be a bit easier. Communicating is a
yeah,
bit easier, but the shyness is a lot worse, isn't it? The
yeah,
social weirdness can be harder for them, and
Yeah,
the self-consciousness of they're all good, they all know each other. That's harder to overcome, isn't it?
yeah. But no, I speak to like parents, I know, like my friends who have children. Obviously, Spotty was good for football, and if they want to play football, great. But especially for the younger age groups, it's as much about growing confidence, like social skills, just like things like that, as well as the football. It's not just football, football, football,
Hmm.
which I think is quite important.
Well, I think that's important because not every kid's going to grow up to be Messi, are they?
No,
So we could quite easily focus on making sure and doing everything we can and pushing those kids like mad to practice and be the best they can be. But you're kind of alienating more of the kids doing it
yeah,
that way than just focusing on making sure they have fun and feel
yeah.
welcome. And
And to be honest, I don't actually think a lot of kids are bothered about becoming Messi or Ronaldo.
I
I think
don't
I
believe they
think
think we can.
I think they just turn up and think, oh, I just want to play some football, have a good time, let them go then, like,
Mhm.
and what will be, sort of thing. Obviously, we can sort of point them in the right direction, but
Yeah, but as well, it's all the other things. Like we love football, don't we? We love playing, we love the
yeah,
team, we love being part of a club. But there's so much going on behind the scenes. You need to love the football first for it to
yeah,
work, you know? And if
and
you,
that's sort of our responsibility more so than anything else.
yeah,
If we can instill that and get them to enjoy it, like I have loads of parents say, oh, he looks forward to this all week. She can't wait to come and see you or come and play football with you.
yeah,
That's as much as a win as anything.
yeah,
Like the same way as if someone's really shy, getting them out of the shell, and you see that sort of progress month after month, and you sort of look back. Like I'll drive back from the class and I'll think, I can't believe how shy someone was when they started to now, where they're like,
hmm.
but
Have you got a wee success story then? Have you? You must have a wee moment where.
so I had when I first started 4 years ago, 3, 4 years ago, when I was in Kendal, I had a girl who was like deathly shy, like I couldn't get anything out of her. She'd come off and then run back to mum, and then each week I'd be the best goalkeeper in the world, which I don't know if I am, and she'd have to try and score past me.
Hmm.
We do this for months, and it would get to a point where she'd have to come and ask me to be the goalkeeper, whereas obviously at the start it was, "Oh, come and score some goals past me," sort of thing.
Hmm.
And then she's been coming for like years and years and years. So
That's the for me. That's the wins, though. It's not the. It's
yeah,
not the plastic trophy and your team and recruiting players to win that trophy. It's the kid that came when they were, I don't know, 3, 4 that are painfully shy and they're still there years later, still
well,
playing.
I always think about it like obviously I don't know what's going to happen in like their later life, but I always think if I can be part of the reason why they find confidence, just generally,
Hmm.
like nothing to do with football,
Hmm.
then they can go and do whatever they like. But if they've got that initial bit of confidence, losing that shyness just in like life itself, obviously that's a massive win for me. Like,
Yeah. Would you say you were super confident?
no, absolutely not. As my mum will justify, I was very shy.
Yeah,
But it was usually if my granddad came with me, that was the trick.
that was a trick.
If you got him to come with me, then I'd do anything. But
It's funny, isn't it? It's funny how you've gravitated to a coaching role where you have to.
yeah, well, I always laugh like 10-year-old me probably couldn't think of anything worse than like, standing in front of a group of like 20 parents and kids. Like,
Mhm,
but I love it. I always say I never wake up and think, oh, I've got to go to do my
mhm.
coaching this morning. Like,
It's really funny, isn't it? Do you still get shy now, or?
not now, not especially not when I'm doing like my classes because it's my I'm comfortable in that environment, which
Mhm.
is obviously again the environment you're trying to build for the kids. If I try and make it like a comfortable environment for me, the hope is it's also a comfortable environment for them. So,
Yeah,
but I always I can understand where the kids are coming from because I was that kid, which obviously all goes hand in hand with making it fun. So
yeah. Play the role. Play the role.
yeah,
So, Robbie, I think we've answered the question, haven't we?
yeah,
I
I
think
think
we've
so.
got it. I think, yeah. So, yeah, I think we've answered the question. let's let's stop the recording here.